Hello everyone, this is Dark Skeleton, and this is my top 30 craftable common card list for new players of Hearthstone. The cards on this list are chosen for their personal strength, but also for their ease of play. Number 30, Earthen Farseer. This card is fairly strong because of its versatile healing effect, being able to target anything on the board, heroes and minions included. Number 29, Antique Healbot. This card is very popular in control decks because if you can establish a board that can defend, then you can Antique Healbot yourself back up to a stable life total as well, preventing your opponent from bursting you down. Number 28, Annoyatron. Often played in mech specialized decks, this creature blocks a deceptive amount of damage because of its Divine Shield and Taunt. Number 27, Cruel Taskmaster. This warrior card is immensely versatile with its Battlecry effect. You can not only use it to kill enemy minions, but you can also use it in combination with many of your own warrior minions. Number 26, Ironbeak Owl. Outside of Shaman and Priest, this is the cheapest form of silence available to every other class in the game. Number 25, Whirling Zap-O-Matic. Normally Wind Fury creatures come with immense drawbacks, but this Shaman minion has none whatsoever. If it survives, it can do a ton of damage. Number 24, Earth Shock. Specific to the Shaman class, this form of silence also deals 1 damage as it comes out as a spell, and is usually preferred to Ironbeak Owl and Shaman decks that do run silence. It will instantly kill Twilight Drake, a 4-mana minion that is often played in handlock decks. Number 23, Tinkertown Technician. If you're playing a mech deck, then this card becomes immensely powerful, and the thing about mech decks is that many of the best cards are in fact common, so this is an easy card to pull off. Number 22, Crackle. This is a 2-mana spell that has the potential to deal a ton of damage, and plays very nicely with the Shaman spell damage totem. While the exact damage is random, it's very strong in Shaman decks that are using it to attack the opponent's face, since the extra damage won't be wasted in any way whatsoever. Number 21, Goblin Autobot Er. This is a minion that is not only good in mech rogue decks, but is also good in oil rogue decks, as Mr. Yagoot's #1 ranked oil rogue in the EU has shown that this card can be played quite effectively in that deck in combination with cards like Blade Flurry. However, just being able to power up your Rogue Hero Powers dagger from a 1/2 weapon to a 2/2 weapon is quite strong as a Battlecry effect, and it still has 3/2 stats, which is average stats for a 2-cost minion. Number 20, Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. If you wondered what I meant by oil rogues, then this is the card which actually makes that deck happen. It has the power to give your weapon a bunch of extra attack, as well as a minion on your field extra attack. So if you are ever able to keep a minion on the board for 1 turn, and then play this off of that, you can deal an immense amount of damage to your opponent's face, and also set up strong Blade Flurries. Number 19, Flame Imp, the highest attack 1-mana minion in the game, with a drawback of dealing 3 damage to your hero. This is a Warlock minion which is often played, or always played rather, in Zoo decks. Number 18, Leper Gnome. If you're playing an aggressive deck, then you'll almost always include this in there. This creature is almost guaranteed to deal some amount of damage to your opponent's face because of its death rattle effect. Number 17, Abusive Sergeant. This creature buffs up one of your minions by 2 attack, which is great for making trades and great for dealing extra damage to your opponent's face. Number 16, Mech Warper. Essential component to all mech decks because it helps you put your minions on the field faster. Number 15, Flame Cannon. In mage decks, this is a great card for tempo because it can often take out creatures that cost more mana than this spell costs itself. Number 14, Thoughtsteal. A great way for priests to gain card advantage on their opponent, and also to figure out exactly which kind of spells your opponent has in their deck. Number 13, Valence Chosen. In the early game, this card is very difficult to deal with if your opponent does not have a silencing effect. By making a minion have high HP, you can use your heal power in order to keep it on the board and get a lot of value out of that minion. Number 12, Spider Tank. A solid 3/4 minion that you can put on the board and is also playable in mech decks. It has good stats for the mana cost. Number 11, Unleash the Hounds. If you want to punish your opponent as a hunter for playing too many minions on the board, this is the card to do it. Often, it can be a finisher and a board clear. Number 10, Quick Shot, an excellent spell for fast-paced hunter decks to finish your opponent off even if they have put a taunt minion onto the field. Number 9, Dark Bomb, the Warlock's equivalent of Quick Shot that does not have the potential to draw an extra card, but does have the 3 damage effect, which is very strong as far as Warlock spells are concerned. Number 8, Wrath. For Druids, this card's strength is in its versatility, having the ability to draw a card or to simply deal damage. Number 7, Glaive Zuka, an excellent turn 2 play for hunters because it increases the attack power of the minion you had already put on the board on turn 1. Number 6, Sorceress Apprentice. There are many powerful spells in Mage which only benefit from having their mana cost reduced, so it makes Sorceress Apprentice a very strong card to include. Number 5, Druid of the Claw. Not only is it a creature included for its overall good stats, but also for the fact that it has versatility, being able to be played in charge or taunt form. Number 4, Eviscerate. A core card for rogues and the ability to remove minions from your opponent's side of the board and also to finish your opponent off when it gets down to the wire. Number 3, Shielded Minibot. An excellent and rather versatile card for paladins to use that's played in almost every paladin deck because it comes with 2 attack and a divine shield. It's hard to remove and good for removing your opponent's minions. Number 2, Mana Worm, an absolutely terrifying aggressive 1-drop minion that can spiral out of control when followed up with additional spells. And finally, number 1, the most overall valuable minion you can craft as a common inside of Hearthstone, from GVG in the basic set, Piloted Shredder. This minion is a nightmare to deal with, not only because it's a mech minion, but also because the moment you destroy it, out pops a secondary creature. As a result, similar to Shielded Minibot, it's a very tough minion to deal with and is good in aggressive decks as well as control decks. A large percentage of decks which run minions for more mana are likely to include Piloted Shredder in their deck list. So that was my top 30 craftable commons card list for new players of Hearthstone. I hope you found that very useful, and keep in mind that there are other cards which are common and craftable that are strong, such as Acolyte of Pain, Power Overwhelming, Mirror Entity, and Explosive Trap. However, those cards require specific deck lists and other cards in your deck in order to be highly effective. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should another card have made this list, or did I get it right? Till next time, everybody.